Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was always fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos or danger until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all will be kept in the pits. Not to mention that with members in over 130 countries already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series and work your way up to one of 7 world championships, offering over $500,000 in prize money. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
Welcome in here, race fans, tonight to the Chicagoland Speedway for the NxtGen series. Here tonight, it is the Christmas Rumble. Up here in the booth tonight, it is myself, Roger Neven. Alongside me, it's somebody that all you race fans know very well. It's David World. Dave, welcome here to the Chicagoland Speedway tonight. It's the Christmas Rumble, and you and I, we've been having a great rumbling joy up here tonight already watching these boys here practice.
That we have, Roger. A lot of these drivers having some issues out here in some unfamiliar cars, but been having a little bit of fun with some of the paint schemes out here as well. We'll have to keep our eye on a few of those paint schemes out there tonight. Ugly Sweater prize on the line here in the Christmas Rumble for the NxtGen series. Man, I tell you what, it's going to be interesting to see, Roger, if these drivers are able to quickly learn what it takes to get around Chicagoland Speedway in a street stock. These drivers more accustomed to the trucks as well as the upcoming Xfinity series.
Yeah, these drivers are more accustomed to K&N, Xfinity, trucks, cups. The street stocks, though, are something that are a little underpowered from what they are used to driving, and especially around this big 1.5-mile Chicagoland Speedway, which was opened back in 1999. Actually, they broke ground in 1999. They opened the facility to NASCAR activities back in the year 2001. The construction for this speedway cost $130 million. It played host throughout the years to the Cup Series, the Truck Series, Xfinity. We even had some IndyCar races. We do have IndyCar races here, I should say, and the IROC Series, the famous IROC Series, the Silver Crown Series have all been yearly competitors at one point in time. So with these drivers here tonight taking on this track, Dave, there's a lot of little things that are on the line here. I mean, pride, obviously, and paint schemes tonight, the ugly sweater contest, and we don't even know the prizes yet for this event. Those are coming a little bit later on. They will be passed along to us in a sealed envelope.
Yeah, everything's still very much secret. The Turn 3 Racing Network waiting for a little prize package to be dropped off by the NxtGen Santa Claus. Gonna wait and see who's who's got what inside the package, and well, we're just waiting to know, just like everybody else. So going to be anxiously waiting to get our hands a hold of that, as happy hour going to come to a close here in the next few seconds, and these drivers will get set to go qualifying for the first time in the street stocks.
Yep, it does look like Brandon Medford will be the driver who does take the top spot here in our practice session as we get ready for qualifying here this evening. 27 drivers have logged in here to the Chicagoland Speedway. As you see, the lights are on here, so the Christmas sweater, the Christmas lights are going to be very bright here tonight. And race fans, we do welcome you in here this evening to join us on the Turn 3 Racing Network to watch the Christmas Rumble presented by NxtGen Racing. Qualifying is officially now underway, and Dave, who's that driver you're looking at here tonight with one of those ugly, ugly Christmas sweaters?
Well, I'm looking out there to see if I can find Russ, because Clark is out there motoring along in that 33 machine. Brian Muskill Jr. Got the National Lampoon's Christmas vacation paint scheme rocking on that 33 machine. So just taking a look at him on his up to speed laps, doesn't look like anybody put down an actual time lap just yet. So all these drivers just now on their up to speed laps, but just watching that 33 right now crossing the line.
Yeah, it is a beautiful paint scheme, an iconic, call it an iconic, I almost want to say it's a throwback at this point, Dave, because we are old enough at this point to remember watching that while we were growing up. It's such an amazing movie back then, especially for the time period. Here's that other driver. This is Rick Greenway, the driver of the number 15. He's got the autism awareness ribbon, as he always does, on the hood of all of his machines. And I don't know. I mean, our camera right now, Dave, doesn't do the justice for this paint scheme, but it looks like Ramal just knitted this one for him before the race tonight, and they threw the blanket over top.
Yeah, absolutely. Rick Greenway's car definitely taking some time to design, in the graphics department in on his team did a great job wrapping that 151, because I mean, I tell you what, it looks seamless, man, and it looks like they literally pulled a sweater over top of that car.
Yeah, you can see the Christmas trees, you can see the the reindeer. Let's get them right here tonight. They're not just any old deer, but a couple qualifying times are starting to funnel in here tonight for the Christmas Rumble as we are in qualifying right now. There you see the driver of the 83, another kind of knitted sweater look, and Medford is currently at the top of the boards with a 38.16 second lap, blistering speed, 143 miles an hour on his qualifying run.
Well, Roger, I'm not too accustomed to the street stocks. You fortunately do have quite a bit of street stock knowledge, and if you were to ask me, 145, that's getting it in the street stock around here at Chicagoland, huh?
7.5-inch tires on the street stocks, about, call it 350 generous horsepower underneath the hood of these cars. And, well, this is one way to get around the track with a blistering pace, and this is the driver of the 00. I don't believe you caught it yet, Dave. When you do, you're going to laugh.
Oh, no, this is the famous and iconic backwards lap by the 00 of Roy Hyde. We see it week in and week out throughout the season that we just completed in the RFC NxtGen Light Electric Company Arkham Menards K&N Series. Roy going down and putting down a qualifying lap and then doing a backwards lap every single week. So nothing that I'm not used to seeing here. So maybe that's why it didn't jump out at me.
Well, I saw the speed, and we were talking about 40-plus mile an hour, and Roy's out here doing the blistering 73 pegged to the limiter. And, Dave, I got to ask you, it says Die Hard on the side. Is it a Christmas movie?
In my opinion, absolutely, because when do you see the marathons for it? Well, Thanksgiving and Christmas. So, absolutely, it's just as much of Christmas as Christmas lights.
Well, he might not be wrong, race fans, but right now Roy Hyde is currently 19th on the grid. Here's another driver coming out onto the speedway. This is the driver of the number 46 of Justin Walters. Walters now on the board, or will be on the boards once he comes across the line here in his Coca-Cola Zero. And who doesn't love those little Coca-Cola bears? I haven't seen them this year yet on TV during the commercials, and it's probably one of the best times of year, Dave, not just because of all the holiday joy and, all the food we get to eat. That's my favorite part, but thinking about the holidays, you got Hershey and the Bells, you got Coca-Cola and the Bears, and I just haven't seen either of those companies come out with their commercials yet this season.
Yeah, until you just mentioned it right now, hadn't really paid too much attention to that, but you're absolutely right on that point. Haven't really seen a lot of the Christmas commercials really as much as we've seen in the past. The 46th of Justin Walters looks like he's going to end his second time lap in the 20th spot. Few drivers yet to make their qualifying time attempts. Katie Osmond, Ray Radford, Brian Snare, David Cox, Troy Radford, and Doug Wasaki still yet to put in their qualifying times as we reach the halfway point here in this 10-minute qualifying session. And, Roger, man, I'm not going to be able to forget that now. I'm going to have to go and Google and YouTube a little bit of these commercials to get a little more festive feeling.
I did just see, it was on the front page of my YouTube when I logged in today around lunchtime, that it had all the Hershey Christmas commercials from 1980 up until the present day. I put it in my save file for me to actually go back and watch it a bit later on with my son and maybe show him what good commercials used to look like, because nowadays the things we see on TV are a little bit different than when you and I both grew up, so maybe we can relive some of the glory days and rub off onto the next generation, per se. As you see Blunt coming through here, he's just out there having some qualifying times. I'm being passed a note here tonight, Dave, the driver of the number 45. It says on our timing and scoring that it is Brian Snare. Well, that is an incorrect name here tonight. It is actually little baby Yoda behind the wheel of the number 45 here tonight. That is Mitchell Snare, so it's good to see him back behind the wheel tonight.
Pulling a fast one on us there, baby Yoda behind the wheel. That's an interesting little twist to tonight's Christmas Rumble for these Next Gen Racing Series drivers. And I want to mention something about Eric Blount's number 6 machine. Look at the front end of that. It's got an old school Mustang kind of feel to it. Oh, it looks nice there. I'm kind of digging that.
Well, it's a Mustang, Dave, so we know what that means. We'll let all the race fans out there tonight tuning in, whether you're tuning in via the YouTube feed here tonight or over via Facebook Live. We do appreciate you all tuning in as you take a look at the Grinch and how it stole Christmas here tonight with the driver of the number 6 of Eric Blunt. There are some very good paint schemes. We've already touched on a couple of them. We can't give away all the paint schemes just yet, race fans, so we're going to have to, hold you off for just a second, but qualifying coming to an end here in just a little bit, so we will take a quick step away from behind the microphones, and we will be right back here to the Chicagoland Speedway here tonight for the Next Gen Racing League. It is the Christmas Rumble from Chicago.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night Christmas is all about. Isn't there anyone who knows what Christmas is all about? I can tell you what Christmas is all about.
Chestnuts roasting.
And you wouldn't believe it, Dave, if I told you we just did all that with the microphone off.
Oh, I might not believe it, but the race fans watching would believe it, that would be something that I would have done and not unmute the mic there while going through who our pole sitter was. Our pole award going to Chris Medford in the 84 machine, being brought to you by Blackhawk Motorsports. Blackhawk jumping on board with the NxtGen Racing Light Electric Company Xfinity Series this coming season. So a big shout out to Blackhawk Motorsports and all the guys back there at their offices.
And as that gets done, let's take you through the starting lineup here tonight for the Christmas Rumble. This is how your front row will line up. The driver out of Indiana driving the 84 Grinch machine is Chris Medford. Starting P number 2 out of Pennsylvania, driving the number 80 Grinch machine. It's the Grinches Are Wild. That is Mr. Brian Littleton. Starting P number 3 here tonight out of the Falcon Motorsports stable, the 83 of Brandon Medford. So those two drivers to the inside row, watch for them to hook up tonight. Starting in position number 4, it'll be the driver of the number 77. That is Lance Yancey. Starting 5th, it'll be number 14 of Todd Willis. I can read tonight, Dave. It is the 6th starting spot tonight. It'll be Derek Robinson. Starting 7th will be Thomas Light in the 98. Eric Blunt starting in 8th position. Gordon Larson in the 01, the iconic 01, will roll off 9th. Starting 10th, it'll be Mr. Mudd himself in the number 57.
Starting inside row number 6, the 22 of Timothy Lee. Just to his outside, Brian Mescal, Clark Griswold, and that 33 machine. Starting inside row number 7, the 11 of Gary Ragland, followed by the 15 of Rick Greenway. Inside, starting in the 15th spot, the 3 of Mark Vyers, followed by the 86 of Travis Arthur. Row number... What is that? Row number 9? Yeah, row number 9. The 40 of Timothy Woodson, 48 of Jimmy Hetrick. 19th spot, he goes to the 10 of Melvin Young, and rounding out your top 20, the 46 of Justin Walters.
Starting in the 21st position, going backwards for his qualifying attempt, it'll be Roy High. Troy Bradford in 22nd position here tonight, his starting spot. 23rd, gonna go to Dale Osborne. Then it'll be Baby Yoda in 24th. 25th, the Doug Wysocki, Ray Radford, and David Cox. Rounding out the field here as we're ready to go now, Dave.
Ready to go as the Chevy Silverado pace truck ducks off. Green flag flies for the first time here tonight from Chicagoland Speedway. It's the NxtGen Christmas Rumble. Drivers head off side by side in turn 1 for the first time tonight.
The Grinch that stole Christmas stole the race lead here in turn number 1, and he'll storm down the back straightaway, stealing all the Christmas presents from the little kids all around the world. It'll be Chris Medford. He's got the other Medford, the 83. That's Brandon behind him. He's going to wash up the track a little bit on entry. Look at Gordon Larson. He's going to run the Larson line up against the fence, and Timmy Lee also going to go up there with him.
Yeah, a lot of drivers jockeying for a lot of different positions right now. Roger, 2, 3, almost 4 wide back through the pack right now as your top 4 slowly begin to make their way single file. Looks like the 14 of Todd Willis stuck out there on that outside, just kind of being freight trained right now in the early goings of tonight's race.
So the battle for the race lead now as the Grinch is going to go to the outside. Here comes the Christmas sweater with the reindeer-powered 83. Santa on the bumper of that. He better play nice tonight because Santa is watching, but here comes the Grinch to the inside. Lance will lead us across the line here to complete lap number 2 just like that.
And I don't think any of the present wrapped cars out here tonight stand a chance with the amount of Grinch that we have out there on the track. Presents definitely going to get stolen by the end of this one, and we'll have to wait and see who gets what present by the end of the night, Roger. 4 very special presents to be gifted away here tonight, as we've still got side-by-side racing action at the front of the field. Your top 6 all side-by-side, making their way through 3 and 4. Lance Yancey still controls the lead on that inside lane. And just opening the surprise package there to know what each driver gets, and some pretty sporty, pretty nice presents.
Yeah, I personally like the ugly sweater car contest, getting a free paint tonight from the 946 Designs Group, a sticker pack, coaster, and I believe that's a shirt also going away to that driver. So that's going to be probably the one that I'm going to be looking forward to. Jags will be telling us that a little bit later on.
Indeed, and also going to have to wait and see where
Crash
the biggest
coming out of 4. 2 of them to the inside. The 22 of Timmy Lee will go to the inside, and it looks like that is Robinson, the drive fast machine, will be also down there into the grass. The first caution flag of the evening will fly.
And just going to take a look back here, Roger, try to see if we can't see what happened there, how that all started.
Take a look back and watch this coming off of turn number 4. There you see the Piedmont Air machine. Oh, the 38 just comes down the track. Derek didn't know he was down there, slapping the 22 of Timothy Lee, swiping his present away. They both wind up down on the grass, so it is just a 2-car incident here out of turn number 4. We'll watch this back and see if we can ride on board here with the driver of the 22. There you see the 38 down the track, just slight contact. The good thing about the street stocks, Dave, you can take a hit like that, and it's going to mean nothing to this car.
Yeah, it usually feels like these cars, the few times that I've been in, they're able to take a little bit more of the beating and banging. They're built a little bit more for those Saturday night shootouts where rubbing is racing. So fortunately for those 2 drivers involved in our first incident here tonight, should be able to beat the fenders out of it and be no worse for the wear.
So a couple drivers will take the chance here to come down to pit road. I believe it is unlimited tires and fuel here tonight. Doug Wysocki, Troy Radford, Walters, Young, Lee, all coming down pit road here along with Chris Medford. He also hit pit road. So a handful of drivers come to pit road. Well, that will leave 20 drivers staying out here, and the Grinch will lead us around the track here. Dave, first caution flag. Take a look at a couple of these drivers' paint schemes here tonight while we have a chance, while we're slowly pacing around the speedway here at 70 miles an hour instead of the blistering pace of 145 miles an hour tonight. Because, 145, that's really fast, and you can't really keep up.
Well, I can't keep up. I don't know if you can.
Well, you saw me race at the Chili Bowl the other night, and, well, we know. That's probably not good. Let's start right at the front of this and see if we can get our producer to zoom in on the car here. There's Lance's Grinch machine here tonight. An iconic movie. My wife was actually just watching that before we came live onto the air here tonight. Second, there you see the 83 of Brandon Medford. You see got kind of that Christmas sweater theme going on, and got Santa Claus, you got some presents, some snowflakes, Christmas trees also in there, and he's part of the Ugly Sweater Party contest. Thomas Light, the Grinch that stole the Christmas Rumble, 98, the driver out of Virginia. Pretty awesome paint job. It really fits the car. Gordon Larson back here. He's got himself a sweater on the hood of that. The old belt buckle, St. Nick's belt buckle on the nose piece. He is sitting currently 4th. Mr. Damon Cox back here with the 2017. Dave, I think you know a little bit more about this one than me, maybe. Or at least I think.
Which one? The Damon Cox one?
Yeah.
I don't know. Should I?
I don't know. I was hoping so. 2017 on the front bumper, the bell on the hood, and old St. Nick going, "Don't hit me here," on the back quarter panel. Those are your top 5 drivers currently. Sitting back here in 6th, there you see Brian Mescal in the old Griswold machine. That's iconic. It's wood inside. I wish it would just have the full effect, the old station wagon.
Yeah, it would be a lot cooler if there was a way to do some like 3D type painting to make that Christmas tree kind of look like it was actually riding on the hood. I think that would have been a cool little addition. I'm not sure if anybody out there in the painting world is able to do that on these templates just yet, but nonetheless, still a pretty nice looking scheme there, being supported by that 33 of Brian Mescal Jr.
Just behind them, you got the Grinch machine here. For Eric Blunt, he's been back here, and they even got some angry Christmas balls on the side of this machine. So, angry Grinch who stole Christmas. Looks like the 14 of Todd is currently sitting in the 7th position with his wreath on the hood of that, and I think that I can't quite see on the side of the 14, Dave. You might have a better angle. What is on the side of the 14?
Let's see if we can't catch a better view here on the side of the 14. Trying to zoom in there on it, and I can't really see. I think that's actually Ralphie from the Christmas Story saying, "Oh, fudge," right there, I believe, if that's what I'm seeing. That's pretty bad when you don't even know what you're seeing, huh? You're the one looking at it, and you still don't know what it is that you're
What I
looking
can
at.
tell you, Dave, though, as we're having a great time here tonight with all you fans tuning in, as we are going back green here, 8 official laps completed. Lance will lead us back into turn number 1 as the racing action resumes here. The Grinch stealing the restart, but the Grinch that wants to steal the Rumble, Thomas Light, is coming with his Camaro, hot to trot, and everybody's starting to actually go single file already out of turn number 2.
Very early here on the restart to see a lot of these drivers going single file. We've seen them pack up and go side by side racing, and just like that, the 83 of Brandon Medford looks to jump to the outside of Lance Yancey. That's not going to happen. The run not going anywhere. Now he's going to find himself side by side battling with the 98 of Thomas Light as the 33 of Brian Mescal Jr. slowly makes his way to the inside of Gordon Larson Jr.
As he will take the peek to the inside with the old Griswold entry. Maybe they're going to head to Wally World after this one. As somebody's up the track a little bit back here. Caution flag actually flying. The second caution flag of the evening here on lap number 10. I didn't see anybody flash off my screen, so we'll have to take the look. It might be the driver of the 84, the Grinch machine of Chris Medford, has gone around, I'm being told, bringing out the caution flag here tonight. We will take a look back here in just a moment when the truck says we have queued that up. But Dave, they single filed out there on that restart, and then as soon as they hit about halfway down the back straightaway, they said, all right, let's go play some games here tonight.
Yeah, I didn't think they were gonna be that calm for too long. These drivers usually pretty aggressive and pretty active on the restart, so I could imagine, or I couldn't imagine that just because they're in an unfamiliar car, it's going to be any different on the restart. So maybe just trying to get their way away from the majority of the pack and then mix it up amongst themselves at the front.
All right, let's check this out. Let's check the replay out here on the restart. Let's see what happened here. There you see the 84. Oh, the 40 up the track just a little bit there. Woodson making contact. And oh, wow. I'm not sure which driver that was that came flashing by there real quick, but somebody, might have been Ray Radford or Justin Walters back there towards the back of the pack, almost just came in full song and dance and almost got a full Grinch sandwich.
Yeah, very close moment, puckering moment, if you will, there for both of those drivers.
So one driver goes around, 2 cars involved here in the second caution flag of the evening, bringing this race to a little bit of a crawl here at the Chicagoland Speedway. But a couple drivers staying out. There's the race leader still, Lance Yancey, still up there leading the way tonight. Let's see if we can fix that little mistake on that overlay. It's something, Dave, you would have done.
I mean, probably.
Well, let's see. Where did we leave off? A couple drivers pitting here. Looks like Young hit pit road in his TED machine. Walters also hit pit road. David Cox also hit pit road. Littleton coming to pit road also. So a handful of drivers coming. your top drivers, though, your top, it looks like 14 have yet to come to pit road, as they will stay out here tonight. It's just not time to come to pit road. And Dave, another thing, these street stocks, when we run them on these big tracks, it's like taking a thimble, filling it with fuel, and dumping it in the tank. That is how slow these cars will fill with fuel here tonight. So these drivers got to be mindful for that as this race goes on, because if you don't come to pit road under yellow when you have plenty of time and you have to make a pit stop under the green flag conditions, it could take upwards of 1 minute and 40 seconds to get a full tank of fuel in this car.
Yeah, green flag pit stops in these cars is not something you want to really have to deal with. So these drivers more than likely going to be praying, I'll spit it out eventually, praying for a caution flag so they can fill these cars up. And even under caution, I mean, it still takes forever to fill these things up. And if you've got to take a little bit more fuel than the drivers around you, that can still hold you up for an extra 2 or 3 seconds on pit road, and you can lose a ton of track position that way. But right now, the way it looks like not going to have to worry about green flag stops for quite some time, as the majority of the field's still going to have pretty close to a full tank.
Take a look at a couple other drivers out there onto the speedway who have some paint schemes here tonight on their cars. This is Dave's favorite paint scheme, the Travis Arthur machine, the 86. It is the My Little Pony, and what better Christmas gift than a My Little Pony? So currently, TA out there having that on the side of his car.
I tell you, Roger, if you don't like Cutie Pie, Shutterfly, and Applejack, then I don't know if we can be friends.
Dave, who are they?
And you even got Rarity? Come on, man. Rainbow Dash is right there. Oh, man, we're going to have to get you schooled up in the My Little Pony, man.
Yeah, Dave, I don't got a clue what you're talking about.
I was going to say, well, I guess it kind of hurts because you don't have a daughter, you got a son, so not watching too much My Little Pony in the Muth house, huh?
Yeah, my dog doesn't tend to like to watch TV. Lights are out on the iRacing Pace truck, though. That means we will go back racing next time by. Take a look at the left-hand side of our screen here tonight. Find where your favorite driver is running currently. Lance has stuck the 77 out front, and he has stood there all night long, pretty much. He's had some challengers for the race lead, but here on lap number 15, we will go back to the green flag racing. The Grinches are wild here tonight. Which one of these Rudolph the Reindeers would like to lead the pack tonight down into one? And it'll be the 77 of Lance Yancey.
And Roger, I know you're here tonight kind of on a one-off special event deal here with me, and I do appreciate you joining us here tonight. And Lance Yancey, he's known for, once he's got the lead, being very, very hard to pass. The 83 of Brandon Medford now looking to the outside in that ugly sweater machine. But Lance Yancey, as I said, he's one of those drivers that if you want by, you're going to absolutely have to wheel it by. He's not going to give you an inch, and he's not going to let out at all. You're going to have to earn it. So look for Yancey to control much of this race now that he's at the front. Caution flags again.
I was going to say, yeah, but here came the 6, and then the caution flag flew. I believe the 22, the Piedmont Air, number 22, of Timothy Lee has gone around here on the speedway to bring out the third yellow flag of the evening. We'll watch it back in just a couple of seconds. And, Dave, to answer your question, though, or maybe not question, your statement, Lance out front when he's hard to pass, well, Brandon just did it. But you got to think back a couple years ago. I did get the opportunity to come out here and race with not only yourself, but a majority of this field here tonight. And, yeah, I never passed him. I did get lapped a couple times, though.
Well, past him and being passed by him, well, I mean, kind of same thing. I mean, not really, but, you know.
Yeah, I know. Well, let's take a look here on our Turn 3 Racing replay. What happened down here? There's Baby Yoda. Oh, Yoda gets kind of pinched down into the middle. Then the 48 is going to come around down to the inside, catching Timothy Lee down on the bottom. I believe that was Jimmy in the 48 that got spun around there.
Yeah, that was the 48 of Jimmy Hetrick. A little bit of contact down across the track. And, well, there you have it. Caution flag flies once again.
A good wreck avoidance there by a lot of drivers to not get involved in that, with the 2 cars spinning down across the banking on the front straightaway to bring out the 3rd caution flag of the night. But we do have officially our first lead change of the evening with, second lead change, I should say, with Brandon Medford now leading the way with Lance Yancey back there in second. A couple more drivers coming to pit road.
Yeah, and it looks like the pit strategy is starting to get a little bit more shuffled, a little bit more spread on out. Most of the field electing to stay out and keep the track position. Your top 13 drivers all still yet to hit pit road. Looks like Melvin Young and David Cox, both of those drivers onto pit road back at lap 11. Ray Radford also staying out on track this time was on pit road on lap 12. But then you got a lot of fast drivers back here down onto pit road. Troy Radford, Rick Greenway, Justin Walters, Brian Littleton, Doug Wasaki, all of those drivers onto pit road for some fresh tires. And again, Roger, you know a little bit more about these tire compounds with these cars. 17 lap difference on the tires. I could imagine that's probably quite a significant difference in the tires.
Well, you also got to think, though, we're under the lights here. It is a big, wide track, but I can also tell you that these cars really like to bump draft. If you can find a partner and just stay locked to the back bumper, sort of like tandem racing like we saw back in the, call them the mid to late 2000s there with the car of tomorrow for NASCAR, you can actually make up some ground, and it doesn't matter really about the tires. What's really going to matter, though, is if you can at least hold the bottom. If you can hold the bottom here tonight, it's going to be the fastest way around. I know everybody's like, well, yes, Roger, it's literally the shortest distance around the speedway. Yeah, but sometimes the shortest distance, especially when NASCAR comes here, or the trucks, or the ARCA cars, even them, the fast lane isn't always the bottom, but with these machines, it will be the bottom groove here tonight. The tires that these guys just took on, though, they got a lot of cars in front of them, so we'll see if they're actually going to make a difference. If it would have been more like a 90-10 split there, then the tires, I think, would have made a huge difference.
Yeah, and, you know, looking through the time and scoring, again, Roger, you know, your top 13 stayed out on track, then 2 drivers in front of them have a little bit older tires than everybody that pitted, so all the drivers with the freshest tires, they're going to line up somewhere around the 18th, 19th position. So they're going to have a lot of spots to make up to come up through the field. But, you know, we haven't quite seen that long green flag run for those tires really to come into play. I wonder when we're going to get that, because it's something that we've come accustomed to in the Next Gen Racing Series. You know, maybe a few early cautions, and then things usually tend to settle down and stretch on out. So look for a long green flag run here, possibly on this next restart.
Dave, you said spread on out. I can tell you with these street stocks, it will be pack racing all night long as you keep your foot in it. It will be pack racing. The only time that they will start to really spread themselves out is if they had to come take a thimble full of racing fuel here tonight, thimble by thimble. And then we might start to see who played the right strategy with coming down and topping off under yellow, or if they had to come and take a full tank of fuel under the green flags cycle here tonight. But the iRacing Pace Truck lights are off here once again. It'll be Brandon Medford, Lance Yancey, Thomas Light, Brian Mescal Jr., your top 4 drivers. Eric Blunt, Gordon Larson. Mudd is sitting there in 7th. Then it's going to be Dale Osmond, and then it's going to be Mark rounding out the top 9. Todd Willis is sitting back there in the 10th position. iRacing Pace Truck, though, making the left-hand turn.
Pace Truck makes its way to pit road, field in the hands of Brandon Medford on the gas. Green flag flies as Medford hits the loud pedal. Lance Yancey off to a slow start. Looks like Thomas Light going to pull even, so the battle for second underway right now. Eric Blunt right there underneath the 33 of Brian Mescal Jr. Gordon Larson Jr. having to make an evasive move. He's going to duck down to the bottom lane, but Medford well and clear down the backstretch.
The Griswold will run the 33 to the high lane as they go down the back straightaway into turn number 3. So Mescal trying to make the outside groove work. Everybody single file in front of him, and everybody single file inside the top 10. Travis Arthur is the first one. Back here contact. The 11 up the speedway. The 38 and the 11 have gone around to the inside.
2 cars down into the grass on the front stretch. Another few cars involved and caught up in some mess back behind that. Roger, the 84 had some contact with another driver, didn't catch the other car number, but the 84 of Chris Medford, he also spun off of turn 4. So 2 separate incidents coming to the front stretch and both off the track. So the racing officials keep us green flag racing.
I'd say clean and green, but at least it is green flag here on lap number 22 to come to the completion of 22. Thomas Light will take the race lead. He's got the Grinch pushing on the back bumper. He's trying to do his best Dale Jr. impression from when Dale Jr. ran at Talladega or Daytona when he would play the lines. The inside lane to the outside lane. Here comes the Grinch with the Mustang stamped front nose piece. He's going to get a shot down the back straightaway. Here comes the Christmas train. The Coca-Cola Christmas train down to the bottom groove here tonight into turn number 3. Look at them. They're all bouncing off the apron. The front and left of the street stocks are bouncing off the apron and was pushing them up the speedway, but it will still be Thomas Light leading the way. And look at him throw the blanket, the Christmas blanket over top, drink some hot cocoa while we read some Christmas cards here tonight at the start-finish line.
Yeah, the Grinch Express down there on that inside lane. Your first 3 drivers, first 3 cars down there on the inside lane. All 3 sporting Grinch paint schemes. All 3 different Grinch paint schemes. So look for one of those 3 drivers to try to steal the Christmas Rumble away, just like on the hood of that 98 of Thomas Light as he continues to lead the field back onto the front stretch, back across the stripe as we begin lap number 25 out of the 75 scheduled in tonight's official race distance in the Next Gen Racing League's Christmas Rumble.
There is some drivers that are rumbling and stumbling back here right around the 10th position on back. Troy Radford, Timothy Lee, Travis Arthur, they're all back here running, and these guys are slicing and dicing up the ham for Christmas. And I just don't know how they got away from each other last time coming out of turn number 4. I could have swore we were going to wad a couple of them up. They were all sorts of out of shape. And the fragile number 48 back here trying to come back through the field. That's Jimmy in the fragile 48. Somebody try not to wreck that package.
That's a Fragile.
Oh.
But that's Fragile. Christmas Story, if you're familiar with it. Classic Christmas movie. I believe I watch it 2 or 3 times every Christmas season. Fragile, you got to be careful with this leg lamp.
I see, says the blind
French.
man. Oh, yes, I'm French too. I'm a model. I read it on the internet, okay?
Haven't we told you not to believe everything on the internet, Roger?
Yes.
But I think we read that on the internet too.
Yes. But you know what? Thomas Light didn't read it because right now he is the race leader out of turn number 2 as they come down the back straightaway. 4 Grinches to the inside and 4 packages to the outside here as they storm into turn number 3. All we need is a little red nose on the front of this 98, and Rudolph could be leading us out of turn 4 to come back across the line. And a complete lap number 27 here for the scheduled 75 here for the Christmas Rumble tonight. Race fans, at this point here tonight, though, we have to thank you all for tuning in here to watch the Next Gen Racing Series for the Christmas Rumble right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network with David Whirl up here on the booth, along with Muth here tonight. If it is your first time tuning in to watch this crazy madness Rumble here tonight, well, how about you hit the subscribe button, get a notification by hitting that little bell. That way, every time that these boys are on track, you get the notification and you can watch the crazy great racing here all the time on the Turn 3 Racing Network as Light leads us back across the line, but that 83 of Brandon Medford is still hooked up high, wide, and handsome.
And noticing right now, Roger, a little further back behind this lead pack, we've got a smaller little second pack developing. Troy Radford, Travis Arthur, Timothy Lee, Timothy Woodson, Melvin Young, Doug Wasaki, all packed up with each other. That's from about 10th or so all the way back through 16th, 17th. So we've got two very distinct, very busy packs here as we are closing in on the halfway point here in tonight's Christmas Rumble. Do want to keep in mind, top 3 drivers tonight, all receiving care packages, Christmas presents, if you will, as well as an ugly sweater prize, and one random draw on the lead lap's gonna also receive a prize from the NxtGen Santa. So we'll have to wait and see who they are and who gets what.
Yeah, nobody's getting anything. The Grinch is stealing it.
Well, I mean, right now at least he is. And I mean, if anybody bails out from that bottom lane, the Grinch kind of still inherits the lead.
Well, here comes the Griswold machine to the outside to make it 3 wide, almost down into turn number 1. You got Blunt still down there. You got Lance still down on the inside. Look at Thomas. That is Dale and his Thomas and friends. I don't know about you, Dave, but I can tell you I do have a Christmas Thomas the Tank Engine set upstairs that one day I would like to set up for my son for Christmas, as they're 3 wide. There goes the 88, high, wide, handsome. They're going to stick Lance in the middle, and then it will be the 6 of Eric Blunt down to the inside as they work out of turn number 4.
Yeah, things getting very busy up front here, as I would believe some of these drivers up in the front, they're going to have to start keeping an eye on their fuel cells. They have yet to hit pit road as we make our way around the track on lap 32 out of the 75 scheduled in tonight's official race distance. So, Roger, I know the fuel cells can go a little bit farther than what some may think, but I believe they're going to have to be coming to pit road here very, very shortly. And looks like a few of them jockeying for position still, but nobody able to steal the lead of the race back from Thomas Light.
Thimble, thimble, thimble. That's all I am thinking about right now as we close in on halfway home here tonight. 2 distinct packs currently are formed up. Here you see this first group of cars that is going to have 9 drivers in it. Then from 10th on back, that's Troy Radford. He leads that second group. They have actually gone single file to try and run down that front pack that are side by side. And Dave, with my experience in the street stocks, unfortunately, the single file formation that we all think should be faster than this side by side battle up front, it's usually not. It's usually about 2 miles an hour actually slower. For some odd reason, the draft package in these street stocks are, well, backwards, like the 00 did his qualifying lap.
Yeah, I did notice the few times that I was able to come join Salt Flat out there on the track that single file didn't really work too much. The lines would move much faster if you had side by side lanes. So as we've mentioned multiple times throughout tonight's broadcast, these drivers not very familiar with these street stocks, more familiar with some of the heavier 10 tops out of the NASCAR style series. So everything kind of learning on the fly for these drivers out there tonight.
And it just shows you how skilled all these drivers are here in the Next Gen Series, bringing drivers up from the bottom. You know, we call it the bottom, the rookie ranks in iRacing. You join iRacing, you get stamped with that red rookie stripe on the back of your car. You see the blue stripe there on Thomas Light's machine. That includes, or the blue stripe tells you that he is an A-class driver. But Next Gen bringing drivers from that rookie status all the way to the A-class status, and a couple drivers that are just about to head into the world-class championship ranks in iRacing. So they have it all here in Next Gen, and it's showing that they can come together and put on a good show for all of you race fans and all you family members, friends that are tuning in here tonight. We appreciate it.
Absolutely appreciate them joining in each and every time that they do. And as I always say, Roger, without them, there'd be no us, because I mean, they're the ones that we do this for, so we do appreciate it each and every time that you do stop by, whether it's myself or Roger and anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters. We do appreciate you tuning in each and every night. If you haven't already, throw these drivers a thumbs up, click subscribe, and smash the bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network.
So, Dave, I'm doing the math right now, and these drivers are officially over that halfway point here for this race tonight. But the top 9 drivers have yet to come to pit road. Yes, you would think we're past halfway, Roger. We should be able to make it if we pit right now. That is incorrect, and I say that's incorrect on one reason. We've had already a handful of caution flags here tonight, and that is what is able to stretch the fuel here tonight in these tanks just this far already. So they will have to go at least to lap 45. If they can make it to lap 45, at that point, then they can officially make it the whole way on just one tank of fuel. As Davey asked about those tires, take a look at who pitted so far. The first driver that had come to pit road, well, he's all the way back here into the 10th position in his Christmas ugly sweater contest machine. That is Troy Radford. He's only been able to pick up 4 spots since we went back racing.
Yeah, in the Buddy Elf Christmas sweater scheme, Troy Radford, I mean, slowly but surely making his way up through the field, but has kind of since getting to that 10th spot just kind of stalled out a little bit here, not being able to really gain any more ground.
Oh, one of them into the fence, the 3. Mark has gone up into the fence. Now the My Little Pony is barrel rolling down the banking. Somersault, kickflip, turtle.
Wow.
Yep, that just happened. You just saw it live right here.
Wow.
The turtle part or the kickflip part?
That was a ride by Travis Arthur.
So
almost reminded me of Joey Logano for a second.
I was thinking more of Cousin Carl.
Oh, well, yeah, some of that too.
4th caution flag of the evening, though, is flying here just after the halfway point. And remember when we talked about drivers that needed it to go to 45? This might actually be able to throw the monkey wrench into that as we get ready to watch the replay here. Watch the 3 come into the screen. You see him to the outside, a little contact there with the 22 of Timothy Lee, and up the track and nowhere for Arthur to go. And Travis just doing Travis things.
Yeah, getting a special ride on the Polar Express here tonight and derailing, unfortunately, for that 86 machine. He's going to have to tow, use that fast repair, one fast repair in the back pocket of all of these drivers. And look at here, Roger, drivers staying out. Your top 3 did not come to pit road. That is a huge gamble in my book.
Yeah, as we just watched that tumble back there, though, Dave, that was crazy. But these drivers staying out here, they're going to run the risk. There you see Thomas Light, Eric Blunt, Mudd staying out. Young is going to stay out. Young actually came to pit road. He came down on pit road on lap number 11, so he does still have a little bit of fuel left in the tank to go. It's going to be the battle, though, off of pit road, I do believe, once we get that up for you. These drivers, whoever comes off pit road, will have the advantage on the restart, and my math calculation is showing that they should be able to go the rest of the way.
Yeah, no, unfortunately for Thomas Light and Eric Blunt and Damon Cox, it looks like they're playing the quick caution strategy here. But unfortunately, I think if we get another quick caution in the next 5 to 10 laps, I don't think we're going to have a lot of these drivers follow them down pit road. So I think they're still going to end up losing a ton of track position when it's all said and done. They're not going to have enough in the fuel tank to stay out there for another 15 to 20 laps, enough time to bring the entire field back down to pit road with them. So a very questionable strategy by those drivers at the front of the field.
Taking a look at it, a couple drivers still down on pit road. Gary, Mark, Timmy still sitting down on pit road with their machines. Travis is still trying to get the tow back to pit road, and with the iRacing pace truck lights still on, take a look a little bit deeper back into the field here As we haven't really talked about Doug Wysocki much here tonight. He is currently sitting now into the 10th position. He did come to pit road, so he has a full tank of fuel, the driver out of Michigan, and a entry into that paint scheme contest here tonight.
And I'm just looking through a little bit of the timing and scoring here, Roger, and it looks like Derek Robinson on and off pit road very quick, only 2.6 seconds in his pit box. So it looks like that 38 machine just went down for, as you've said multiple times, a thimble of gas here, probably just enough to get him to the end. We'll have to see if anybody kept enough fuel in the tank or got enough fuel in the tank to compensate for any type of green-white checkered should we get into that type of situation before the end of tonight's Christmas Rumble. But Katie Osmond right there in the 88 going to line up in 5th. So the fresh tires are right there now on the rear spoiler of these drivers that stayed out. So the circumstances a lot different than what they looked before that long green flag run.
They do, and they will look different when we go back racing, which will just happen next time by as we will restart on lap number 44 here tonight. It'll be Thomas Light, Eric Blunt, Damon Cox, and then it'll be Melvin Young, your top 4 drivers when we go back racing. Those drivers did not come to pit road. Everybody else inside the top 10 came to pit road for tires and fuel for all but one, and that is Robinson in the 38, so we'll see where he or how fast he can take off here on this restart. Currently, all drivers but Brian Littleton and Roy Hyde are still on the speedway here tonight, so 25 drivers still out there to go dancing here in the Christmas Rumble tonight for the Next Gen Racing Series. And Dave, it's been great fun so far here tonight, and I'm looking to see if this Thomas and Friends 88 can come to the front.
And I'm looking to see if Damon Cox can do anything from that 3rd position on this restart. If he's able to keep up with the 98 of Thomas Light as the Chevy Silverado pace truck ducks off, hits pit road. Light gonna wait to hit the gas, and green flag flies once again here at Chicagoland Speedway. Your top 2 breaking away from the field, and just like I was wondering, the 57 of Damon Cox all over that rear bumper of Thomas Light, bumping him actually going into turn 1. That's going to stack the field up behind them. Single file as Katie Osmond now looks to the outside of Eric Blount.
He didn't just give him a nudge. He gave him a hit, and it propelled that 98 way out, almost about 5 car lengths out as Eric Blount trying to get around Damon right now. Damon's going to wash up the track just a little bit back here in 3. There looks like 3 wide back there. I believe that was Doug Wysocki. Somebody's going to go sideways in the trial. Well, it's the 84.
And more contact, more drivers involved. Looks like the 47 of Ray Radford caught a piece of that and got turned into the outside wall as well. So multiple drivers caught up in this very quick caution here. After our latest restart, I believe that puts us under caution for the 5th time.
This will be the 5th caution flag here of the night on lap number 45 after we just went back green flag racing. We will wait for the truck to tell us they have that one. Handful of drivers that are officially marked on this one. Ray Radford, Chris Medford, Melvin Young, all currently being shown in red here for us, meaning they were wrapped up in this one. Let's take a look back here and see if we can find out what happened off turn number 4. The 10 just catching a piece of the 84, and they get locked together. The 47 of Radford coming in there. Nowhere for him to go, and one driver spinning down to the infield. Take another look here if we can at this one. See if we can go from our blimp camera. There you see just 2 drivers making slight contact, and unfortunately they just up into the wall. There was Radford, and there goes the number 14 spinning down to the infield grass. That is the 14 of Todd here tonight. Three drivers came to pit road here under the 5th yellow flag of the evening. Then it looks like the number 11 will be our wave around car. He will take his Grinch entry and come back around here to try and put himself back onto what should be the lead lap.
Yeah, and looking through timing and scoring, doing a little bit of house cleaning while we've got a chance here, Roger, on lap 46 out of the 75 scheduled in tonight's official race distance. In the Christmas Rumble, looks like we've still got, what is that, 25 drivers out of the 27 that started tonight's race still out there on track, and we've still got, looks like, 19 drivers left on the lead lap. Gary Ragland looks like he may be the last car in the lead lap. Nope, scratch that. The 84 of Chris Medford actually being scored as the last car on the lead lap in the 20th position. So still a lot of drivers here with a pretty good shot at this thing. Some of them may need a late race caution, though. Troy Radford sitting just outside the top 10. He's got to make his way up through the field. Brian Mescal Jr., he was up inside the top 5 for the majority of the night. Roger now finds himself back in 13th for this restart.
Well, 13th, it's not really that far back, but it's far enough back to be in the hornet's nest. And right ahead of him, that 151, Rick, in his machine. I mean, just look at that picture right there that we have on screen here from our truck tonight. Look at all the Christmas joy. You got Christmas trees, you got reindeers, you got elves, you got snowmen, snowflakes, you name it, it's all there, and they are beautiful. Dave, I just cannot get over these machines here tonight. The drivers all participating. It's great to see drivers in a league come out here. One, it's not a car you run all the time, and two, go ahead and make a paint scheme just for tonight.
Yeah, and as we can see, as we go to a few of these drivers out there, a lot of time, a lot of thought, a lot of effort went into making quite a few of these paint schemes out there tonight, and that's just as you said, that just says a lot about these drivers here in the Next Gen Racing League. Never run these cars, was asked to make a special paint if they wanted to, and the majority of the field has shown up with a special paint scheme. So everybody taking a little extra time and a little extra effort in order to make things fire off smoothly and look good as they do it.
And you know what else looks good? The iRacing Pace Truck with its lights off. That means pit road bound this time by Thomas Light, Damon Cox, Dale Osmond, Eric Blunt. Your top 4 drivers here will come back to the restart zone tonight and go racing with officially 48 laps completed. Restart will be on lap 49. 2 drivers out of the race, Littleton and Hyde. They will finish 26th and 27th, respectively, on the grid. Everybody else still has a chance here tonight.
Everybody else still with a chance, but Thomas Light gonna try to keep them all behind him. Great start there on the outside by the 57 of Damon Cox, but here comes Katie Osmond making his way by the 57, shoots through. Now side by side with second place, the 6 of Eric Blount, as Thomas Light starting to scoot away just a little bit, half of a car race lead for him as they work their way off of turn number 2. That Thomas and Friends tank, pretty wound up out there.
He's got the freshest tires. Will he be able to make the outside lane work? Thomas looks angry right now, running in P number 3. Will he? Somebody sideways. Lance Yancey gonna stuff the outside wall.
Oh my goodness. Into the outside wall, back across the track, and then airborne. Now spinning on his lid like a top. Ooh.
The Grinch comes to a rest on the infield.
I don't think Cindy Lou Who's going to be able to save him after that one. Looks like he's going to have to take one of those fast repairs. Tough break for Lance Yancey.
Take the look back there. You see he goes to correct it off of turn 4, and then he gets sent like a Christmas package in the mail and spinning around on his top. That's definitely not what he was trying to do. But now the question being, who comes to pit road as we watch the entry to pit road? Nobody is giving up track position at this point in the race.
And you know, Roger, we've mentioned it, or I've mentioned it, and I've brought it out a few times here tonight. Fuel strategy. I've said it a couple of times throughout the night. You've mentioned it a few times as well. Thomas Light, Eric Blount, as well as Damon Cox, they have yet to hit pit road. 75 laps in tonight's official race distance. We've got 25 laps remaining, 50 laps on the fuel and tires, and it doesn't look like they're planning on stopping under this caution either.
Yeah, I'm doing that math in my head, and I still don't think they can make it the entirety. We have had 6 caution flags, and that's going to add about 10 laps to the race fuel distance in the tank, so maybe I don't see it happening here tonight unless they are stealing some fuel from the pace truck every time it comes out here, and you know that pesky old Grinch, he could do that occasionally, so light might be light on fuel, you never know.
I was going to say maybe the Grinch stole somebody else's fuel tank, maybe got an extra fuel cell in the back of that street stock. I'm absolutely amazed that they're able to stay out and keep the pace. I mean, Katie Osmond, fresher tires, much fresher tires than the drivers around them. And Thomas Light and Eric Blunt, they're holding their own right now.
Yeah, and we'll see when we go back racing, because the racing, we have seen some great races, or great racing here tonight already by all these drivers in the Next Gen series. And Dave, you know like I know, put about 20 laps on the board, you might as well turn the wick to full blast, because somebody's going to have to steal the Christmas cookies at the end.
Yeah, I like to call it the witching hour when we see that graphic pop up to the 20 laps remaining, because that's when it all is going to happen. That's when the big moves are made. That's when the Hail Marys, so to speak, come into play, when drivers try to give it that one last hurrah, give it all they've got in order to pick up maybe that top spot or maybe just that top 5. So look for business to pick up. Look for the pushes to be a little bit harder on these drivers. Look for them to try to stay packed up a little bit more. And I don't think we'll see much of the field get into those 2 distinct separate packs that we see during that longer stretch of green flag running. I think we'll see most of this field stay pretty much nose to tail for the majority of the rest of tonight's race.
So it'll be 23 to go when we come around here currently. Take a look. Does the iRacing pace truck lights go off? They do go off. So it will be racing 22 laps to go. A Light, Blunt, Osmond, Larson, Mudd, Wysocki, Radford, Snare, Mescal, and Robinson, your top 10 drivers currently. When we hit the gas pedal here and call it about another mile of pacing before the old Silverado makes that left-hand turn. It's a beautiful looking truck, but we hate to see it.
Yeah, I'd much rather see that Chevy Silverado pace truck instead of that gosh forsaken Ford Mustang pace car. Ugh, thing is a monstrosity. But still not too fond of seeing that pace truck out in front of the field. But you know, as you said, if we've got to deal with one, at least it's the truck.
So
I mean, we could always go European and throw the Porsche out there.
At this, we should have just done that. I wonder if iRacing is ever going to bring another new pace car to the sim. We'll find out. The update's coming this week. Truck's down and away, though. Green flag back into the air here. 22 laps left here tonight in the Christmas Rumble. Everybody has a good start that time. Thomas Light jumps out to a huge, about 3 car length gap over Dale down into turn 1, and it's Thomas and the Grinch doing the side-by-side happy dance here in the Christmas Rumble.
And there for a minute, I was going to say, looks like Thomas Light did exactly what he needed to do, and that was get away from the field. But now, down the backstretch and into turn 3, Katie Osmond, as well as Eric Blount, they kind of packed up for a second. and have been able to drive right back to the rear bumper of the 98 of Thomas Light, now right behind him, looking to go 3 wide for a brief moment. Osmond's going to go way up the track. I say way up the track, but Roger, those drivers, they were all down on the apron. They weren't really even on the track.
There is no out-of-bounds line here at the Chicagoland Speedway. You want to go to the bottom, you want to go run it through the grass, well, you're more than welcome to go. If there's racing room, you can make the pass, you can shove the nose in it, and go. It'll be 20 laps to go this time by. Eric Blunt's going to go down, touch the apron. He's going to slide up the speedway almost into the Thomas and Friends entry here tonight. He was able to gather it up, and look who is just back there keeping his cool, currently running in the 6th position. That is Troy Radford. Where did he come from all of a sudden?
Yeah, Troy just kind of appeared on the scene there, was outside of your top 10, and then just like that, snap of the fingers, drop of the hat, up there running in the 6th spot. Looks like Troy close to being one of the biggest movers of the race right now. That's going to go to the 88 of KD Osmond. But 3 drivers right now, Roger, looking at timing and scoring, 3 drivers up 16 positions here from where they started tonight's race. The 94 of Troy Radford, Brian Stair, as well as Doug Wasaki, all up 16 spots from where they started tonight's race. And as I'm looking out at the track, Roger, we've got those 3 cars lined up, nose to tail, on the inside, Light, Blunt, as well as Damon Cox. And those 3 drivers are the drivers that have yet to hit pit road. So is this a calculated move to try to stay out of the way of the field if they run out of gas? Or is this more of a strategy of, oh, we've got to stick together at this point, guys?
Yeah, I think that's the best position that they could put themselves in, which would be down onto the bottom of the speedway if something were to happen, as it looks like this time by to be 18 laps to go here tonight in the Christmas Rumble for the Next Gen Racing Series. 2 drivers to the outside. Everybody else is down on the bottom groove here as we have 18 laps to go. It is anybody's Christmas present out in front.
That it is, and it's interesting to see that Osmond and Larson Jr. not able to really make up any ground, really make up any time on that outside lane. And sure, the numbers are with the drivers lined up on that inside line, but those 2 drivers on the outside, they've got fresher tires, much fresher tires than those front 3 on that inside lane. And it's just interesting to watch. They get a run, they get right there at Thomas Light's door, almost up to his front bumper, and then it looks like they just lose a little bit of ground, and then it's like an accordion right now. And as I say that, right now, drag race down the back stretch, and nope, advantage back to Thomas Light on the inside once again into turn 3.
Yeah, he had a great push there by the 6 of Eric Blunt, and this time by only 16 laps to go here tonight in the Christmas Rumble. Thomas Light, KD right there, and then it's Eric Gordon, and Damon's all right there. This front group of drivers right now, there are 10 drivers, because little baby Yoda right here, Mr. Snare, he is hanging on. You can actually count it as 11, as Robinson is right there in the number 30 also, but the side-by-side battles are all up front. The 3 wide battles are back here. That 46 of Justin Walters, he is in the middle there. The 119 of David Cox is down on the bottom of the speedway, and I believe that is Rick in his very neat, ugly sweater to the outside. They were 3 wide. They now go back 2 wide, as now the 3 wide is up front here at the start-finish line, and it didn't last very long. They sorted that one out real quick.
It didn't last long, but here it comes. Looks like Medford looking to go back 3 wide. No thinks better of it. Slots back in behind that 01 of Gordon Larson Jr. Your 3 cars on the outside lined up, nose to tail, bumping and banging. Now the 83 looks back to the outside of Larson Jr. That's going to be a 3 wide battle. Once again, halfway through 3 and 4, they calm back down, go back 2 wide as they exit 4 back to the apron in the stripe. Thomas Light continuing to lead the race, continuing to keep the same set of tires throughout the entire race, and doing a heck of a job staying out there up front.
Yeah, and I'm still looking at this timing and scoring. I've never seen anybody run this long on a tank of fuel in the street stocks right here at the Chicagoland Speedway. Currently, though, Light has yet to come to pit road. Blunt has yet to come to pit road, and neither has Damon Cox. All three of those drivers still out there, and they will bypass pit road once again. So now they are 1.5 miles away from being able to come to pit road if they needed to.
Yeah, and I keep seeing this run come from the outside, and it looks like slowly but surely Katie Osmond and Gordon Larson Jr. able to slowly bump draft their way up closer and closer to being able to take over the race lead. And just as I said that they got separated, now the run stalling a little bit on the outside as Thomas Light going to squirt back to the front, get about a half a car race advantage on Osmond as they work their way off of turn 4 back to cross the stripe to begin just 12 laps remaining in tonight's Christmas Rumble.
And they are rumbling and stumbling back down into the corner. Thomas Light still holding the bottom of the speedway. Blunt still giving him some really good shoves off into the corners as he closes up on the back straightaway there. His Mustang is going to give him a shove, but look at them all dancing out there to the holiday music. Boy, they were all sorts of out of shape, not lined up down the back straightaway. That could have hooked one of these drivers.
Man, I tell you what, these cars are moving around an awful lot right now. Not sure if it's just drivers trying to position the nose of the car to where they want to go, or if there's just that much pushing and shoving going on right now as we cross the line to begin lap number 11 as the field makes their way off of turn number 2. Still side by side pack racing at the front of the field. Your top 10 make it 11, all side by side as they head back into turn number 3. And Thomas Light continues to lead the race on the tires he started with. And will he get a Christmas present by the end of this thing? Will the Grinch steal the presents here at the Christmas Rumble? We'll have to wait to find out. Thomas and friends motoring, trying to get that train rolling on the outside.
It's a double high five that time by at the flag stand. Just 10 more laps of racing here from the Chicagoland Speedway. It's been a good portion of this race now that we have stayed into the green flag as the runs are getting bigger, the pushes are getting harder, the sideways driving is getting more sideways as you see the 33 of Mescal now getting pushed to the outside. Little baby Yoda trying to come up through the middle in his Christmas-themed number 43 entry here tonight. That will put the 33 of Mescal Jr. back to one of the final cars here in this front pack. Derek Robinson is currently the other driver in his 38 Holiday Scheme paint job at the tail of the field as they are 2x2 with 9 laps to go as they work down the back straightaway. Thomas Light down onto the apron there. I don't know if he got a little help there going down to the apron, but Eric Blunt was down there with him.
Yeah, a little bit sideways in contact at the front between your race leaders. Osmond goes up the track. Oh, the 83 hard into the outside wall. We stay green flag racing, but it's 3 wide at the front. Blunt down at the bottom by the grass. Light in the middle, all alone. Thomas and friends has some help. The 43, the 33 lined up on the outside, but it's 3 wide for the race lead with 8 laps remaining here at Chicagoland Motor Speedway. And man, I tell you what, business picked up quite rapidly that last time by.
And we just talked about Snare. Snare came from the back of the field about a lap and a half ago. He is now running the 3rd machine to the outside groove. It will be 7 laps to go this time by at the flag stand. Who will be able to come back 7 more times around the 1.5 mile speedway here tonight? Thomas Light, Eric Blunt, KD, Damon, and then it's little baby Yoda running 5th. Troy Bradford still running in the 6th position. The one driver that, though, did fall out of this group, that's the 84. Chris is now back into the 2nd group, and that's actually Brandon in the 83. That was hard into the outside wall. Heavy, heavy damage to the right front of the 83 entry here tonight. He will fall back into the clutches of the group number 2, but he will still be able to keep on ticking. That car, that is nothing. That damage, forget it. Throw it out the door, but they are racing at the line. 6 laps to go.
6 laps to go. Car number 6 in control of the race right now, but he's got the 98 of Thomas Light just to his outside. And something I'd be a little bit concerned with if I was KD, Brian Snare, Troy Radford, Brian Mescal Jr., Doug Wasaki. we've got 2 cars leading these lanes that have yet to hit pit road. If either of these cars stumble and start to run out of fuel, it could spell big trouble for the rest of these drivers up here in this front pack. Your top 10 all pretty much nose to tail. And as I said, contact again. Eric Blount gets a little bit out of shape. Thomas Light and him touch coming across the stripe. They're going to keep it together. But as I said, man, if something happens to these 2 drivers leading these lanes, is big push, and Osmond gets the 98 loose, looking to the middle now. 3 wide once again for the race lead.
3 by 3 for the race lead down the back straightaway with just 5 laps to go. Eric Blunt leading here in his Grinch entry. Here comes the little train that could. Thomas the Tank Engine. There is still Damon Cox right there. As it'll be 4 laps to go as they're 3 wide now with Baby Yoda back there. He just went from running 4th. He's now running all the way back into the 8th position. So just like that, the blink of an eye, you can go from the winner to being to the almost the outside of the top 10 with 4 laps to go. Remember, Brian Mescal Jr., he fell all the way to the back of this field about 3 laps ago. Now he's back running 3rd. He's the 2nd car to the outside lane as he will give KD one heck of a push down the back straightaway. They will enter turn 3, still side by side by side.
And I've noticed the past few laps, it looks like what's happening to a few of these drivers, they're giving big shoves to the cars in front of them. That's getting them a little bit out of shape. As you see Brian Mescal Jr. way up the track now, going to try to slot back in line in front of the 01. Not going to be able to clear by the time they get to turn number 1. But it looks like after those big pushes, the driver giving the push gets a little loose. That opens up the door for the drivers behind them. And shuffled out they go and back to the back of the pack. And now Gordon Larson Jr., he's going to feel a little froggy, a little festive up there at the top. Let's see if we can't get rocking around the Christmas tree here tonight with 3 wide at the front of the field. Nope, Larson Jr. going to go back behind Baby Yoda.
And this time by at the flag stand, Santa Claus is going to give the 2 Christmas cookies. It'll be 2 cookies to go here tonight at the Chicagoland Speedway. Gordon Larson still up to the outside in his 01 machine, drinking the eggnog, trying to see if it can get him some more horsepower underneath the hood of the 01. It will not out of turn number 2, but down the back straightaway, Yoda's going to go up the track, and KD's right there. They're all going to touch coming into turn number 3. This time by, it should be the one to go. Caution flag on the speedway.
Oh my goodness, caution flag on the speedway late in the race. I believe the 77 of Lance Yancey may have been involved in this one. Roger, seeing a few other drivers lit up on the screen. Looks like that 46 of Justin Walters may have also been caught up in this latest one.
So we're taking a look back here in just a couple of seconds. A lot of drivers being shown off the speedway here. And that's going to send us to overtime here tonight. That will take us into extra racing for all you race fans that are tuning in here tonight via YouTube and Facebook Live on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Let's take a look back here at this caution flag. As there you see it. The 84 was all sorts of out of shape already down the back straightaway. And then everybody else piling in on that. Let's take a look, see if we can go a little bit farther back on this one. There's the 84. He just gets a little help there by the 46 of Walters, and then it is on like Donkey Kong for a lot of these drivers.
And you know, Roger, this brings us to another interesting little aspect. Again, I'm going to mention it. I beat this horse all the time on a weekly basis. All the fans, friends, and family that tune in each and every Sunday night to the Next Gen Racing Series know this one. Fuel and tire strategy now. Green-white checkered on hand. Eric Blount has yet to make a pit stop the entire race. He will have control of the restart, so that's in his advantage. But the driver that's going to start back in the 4th spot, Damon Cox, he has yet to come to pit road yet. And will anybody risk the track position to come and get 4 fresh tires? I'm going to say no, because it looks like the tires don't matter that much.
Yeah, tires are not going to matter with the cool temperatures here tonight at the Chicagoland Speedway. So you can just pretty much fold those things up or roll them back into the shop here. We'll use them at another track, another date and time here as we ride on board here with Mud. He's not even trying to save any fuel. So maybe, just maybe, he has already saved enough and he doesn't have to go ahead and wait to save any longer. He won't have to come to pit road, I don't believe. I'm not sure, Dave, how many green-white checkers we have, but we at least have one.
I am pretty sure that it is just the one green-white checkered. I will double check in on some of that with some of the information we have over here on our end. So let me run through some of this information and just double check it. I do believe that is correct, though. Just one attempt at a green-white checkered here tonight. Bear with me, race fans, as I do check into that. Oh, and I don't know. I believe we have left that information out. So I tell you what, why don't we check in with a few of the people that may know how many green-white checkers we do have out there. And I tell you what, why don't we check in with somebody that is known for all of the great work they do behind the scenes here in the Next Gen Racing League. Let's check in with our very own, if I could actually get the poll done, let's check in with our very own Jags to confirm this with us. Jags, how many green-white checkers do we have tonight?
Well, I don't know officially, but it's usually just one.
All right, I wasn't quite sure if I just skipped over it or if we missed it. But there you have it, Roger. Just one green-white checker. Jax, how you doing tonight? All right. Well, Jags, we're gonna talk to you here in just a handful of laps. See who the paint scheme you've had your eye on and who you got winning that ugly sweater paint contest. So we'll get back with you here just briefly as the field gets double file to head down the backstretch. Hope you've enjoyed the race here tonight, Jags, and we'll catch up with you here in just a minute.
All righty.
There you have it, Roger. Jags, letting us know, usually just the one green-white checkered, and we're pretty sure that's what we put on for tonight's race. So we'll see. Next flag ends the race. We'll see who can put it in victory lane.
Well, the iRacing pace truck lights go out once again, so it'll be Eric Blunt to the inside, KD to the outside. Snare down there, Baby Yoda, he'll be to the inside. Mud, Mr. Damon Cox, will round out the top four drivers. iRacing pace truck just like that makes the left-hand turn. It's off the speedway. We go green flag racing. Put 2 more laps back on the books. Let's go racing here again at the Chicagoland Speedway.
With the 2 cookies on the plate, the 6 of Eric Blunt has shot out of a cannon. He is gone. Down into turn 1, off of turn 2, enjoys a big advantage right now over that 43 machine. The 01 of Gordon Larson Jr. just behind him. Eric Blunt's going to have to be driving in his rearview. Contact! Drivers through the grass. Looks like that was Troy Radford going through the grass there.
Radford down out of the way. He will not be a factor here as we're going to come across out of turn number 4. The white flag will fly. Caution flag on the speedway.
And it looks like it's going to be the white flag, Roger. It looks like they're going to continue this one on out. Oh, no, and looks like, yep, drivers are on the brakes, on the binders. Caution flag is going to fly, and that's going to put us under caution for this final lap of the race. In the 6 of Eric Blount without stopping all night, Roger. Looks like he's going to find a way to steal this thing from the rest of the field in the Grinch Who Stole Christmas paint scheme.
The Grinch is going to steal the fuel here tonight. Eric Blunt will catch the pace truck on the white flag lap. This will do it under the caution flag. We will end this one unofficially. Those are your results on the left-hand side of the ticker. It'll be Eric Blunt, Little Baby Yoda, Finishing in the second position, Gordon Larson Jr. rounding out the top three. Katie will finish fourth. Doug Wysocki will finish fifth. Damon Cox will finish, Wysocki fifth. Cox back into the sixth position. Mescal seventh. Eighth gonna go to Young. Thomas Light ninth. And Robinson will round out the top 10 unofficially here tonight at the Chicagoland Speedway for the Next Gen Racing League Christmas Rumble.
And man, what an action-packed little race this was, Roger. For these drivers to step in the car for the first time here tonight at a very big, pretty demanding high-speed track like this, and be able to put on the side-by-side beating and banging action that they did. Man, I tell you what, I would say a job very well done by all the drivers out there tonight.
Yeah, think about it this way, race fans. We're going to give you a rental car, and we're going to let you go out to the track. Yeah, everybody says they're going to be able to handle it, but can you really? That's exactly what tonight was. This was a rental car for a lot of these drivers, and I'm actually picturing having a rental car more like the Days of Thunder, Dave, kind of smashing into each other on the way to dinner.
Oh, yeah, I'm bringing back parts and pieces.
So the iRacing Pace Truck makes the left-hand turn. It is done here tonight, and that is your winner right there. Eric Blunt officially will be the winner of the Christmas Rumble. He will get the honors to go ahead and just burn these bad boys down. Don't need them no more. There he is, celebrating the Grinch that stole the Christmas Rumble. Eric Blunt, your winner.
And it looks like Roger, it looks like some of these drivers gearing up. If they've got a fast repair down there on pit road, it looks like gonna have a few more festivities out here tonight, trackside Chicagoland Speedway. Looks like most of these drivers getting ready to gear up for a demolition derby at the end of tonight's Christmas Rumble. And I don't know about you, Roger, but I'm sure some of these drivers may want to know what they've won here tonight, so we'll try to get things set up for that. And yeah.
So as
my goodness, drivers flipping.
I mean, Dave, it's the Christmas Demo Derby here tonight at the Chicagoland. This is the after hours party. As look at your winner there. He's going to come and smash into the 14. Somebody up and over out just outside the screen. I believe that was the 83 or the 84. More drivers on their lids here tonight. There's Rick Greenway. He is going to try and reverse into this pile. There's the 84. Chris Medford is up and over. Somebody just up into the wall over there. I don't know who exactly that was. That's actually David Cox. These drivers are all over the road.
It's almost too much to even try to keep up with. Oh my goodness, more contact.
I mean, here's the blip. It might be the best.
Everywhere, man. They're everywhere right now. Two wheeling, lidding, they're roof riding. I don't even know what this. How many's on their roof? I think we've got about 5 drivers on their roofs right now.
I think there's like 6 or 7 turtles that are out there on their roofs. I'm not quite sure at this point. Chris is still hanging out over there trying to get turned back over, and oh my, the 84 NASA incoming object.
Wow. I had fun with the race here tonight, Roger, but this is
Hey, the 84 is
too.
back on his wheels. He's good to go. Oh no, never smoke out the motor.
Oh my, oh my.
Oh, 2 more back onto the lid. There's the 38 and the 01 on Gordon Larson. Barrel rolls his machine back onto the wheels.
Rick Greenway back onto his wheels. He's on the gas and away he goes again. Ooh, hard contact. Not sure who that was that ran into him, but Rick Greenway actually not looking too bad out there. Looks like he may have the straightest machine left of all the drivers out there still messing about. Oh my goodness.
Go on board here.
Absolutely
Look
nuts.
at this is Rick's rear-facing camera as he comes through there. And he's getting chased. I believe that's Gordon Larson. Rick's going to just swerve on out of the way. These guys are going absolutely crazy handful of them have already pulled off the speedway. The 48, Jimmy, just gonna miss one of those cars. I don't even know where everybody is on track, Chris. Or, Dave. I'm clicking on Chris, and Chris is over here. I'm surprised that car's still going.
Yeah, I'm surprised there's any car still out there going. Your race winner's still out there messing about. Eric Blount still enjoying the engine running right now. Man, oh man, I'll tell you what, a lot of drivers having a lot of fun at the end of this one.
Gordon Larson lining up to try and see if he can hit somebody, and swing and a miss between Larson and Blunt. They both miss each other. And now we will see who Gordon Larson will go after. And here's one of them down there. I believe that's the 119 entry here tonight of David Cox. And there's Baby Yoda. Yoda's going to go flipped up and over. He winds back up on his wheels. He's going to drive it away. And now some more help. He's going to go up and over again.
Oh my God. Did you just see Hedrick get sandwiched? That was epic.
These drivers all over Gordon Larson now on his roof here. His night might be officially over. I'm not quite sure. A lot of drivers smoking currently. The Robinson entry on the fence. He might be done here. I think Rick is not only going for the ugliest sweater tonight, but he's also going for the cleanest car after a demo derby.
Yeah, that machine looks pretty straight. I told you, that 15 machine of Rick Greenway. No, looks like Rick out of this thing now.
No,
there he is.
Don't ever count the man with the knitted sweater over his car. Out. Hard contact there by the 119 and the 6.
Oh, and it looks like Gordon Larson Jr., he may be dead to rights here. 6 of Eric Blount, he's smoking. His days are going to be coming to an end here soon as well. The 10 of Melvin Young, he's trying to get going once again. He's smoking as well.
Now, swing and a miss there between Rick and Eric as they missed each other. Eric, I think, is out there going for the gusto at this point. He already knows the 6 is smoking. He's going to try and line somebody up here for a good one.
Yeah, and it looks like we've only got four or five drivers left out there. I'm not sure if all of them are under power. It looks like Baby Yoda, he's actually still on track, but not under power. Gordon Larson Jr., he's still on track, but not under power either. Oh, swing and a miss by Rick Greenway that time. The 83 of Chris Medford right there. He's just crawling around the track. Looks like Medford out of power as well. So Gordon Larson Jr. and Rick Greenway looks like the only 2 drivers with any steam left in the car. Who's going to take it here? Last 2 drivers in the demolition derby here, Roger, and it looks like Rick Greenway backing up to get a good running start. Try to go down there and put Gordon Larson Jr. out of his misery. And oh, just like that, Larson Jr.'s done. Rick Greenway wins the demolition derby here at the Christmas Rumble.
Well, congratulations to Rick, and now I believe we already have a couple of the drivers that are ready to go post-race interviews here tonight. Our post-race show, I believe, Dave, correct me if I'm wrong here, is presented tonight by Century.
That's absolutely right. Victory Lane, your winner circles, your podium being brought to you by Century.
So as soon as Dave gets a hold of Eric, we're talking to the race winner here tonight. Rick Greenway already did win our Crash Demolition Derby after this one, so...
All right, let's see if we can't get in a brief word with your race winner out there tonight, getting the job done in the Christmas Rumble. Eric Blunt, it's Dave and Roger in the booth. You got a copy?
Copy, bud.
Hey, man, able to seal the deal, walk away with the first place prize package, $100, a Turn 3 polo, and a sticker package. How you feeling about Santa Claus dropping that off in your lap in Victory Lane?
Oh boy, I'm ecstatic. Christmas came early.
Man, talk me through a little bit of the strategy. Was your mind made up before the night, or was it just kind of play it as it goes? You did not come to pit road for fuel or tires all race long. Man, tell me where you had the fortitude to pull that one off of.
To tell you the truth, I was just following Thomas Light in the 98. I mean, he stayed out. I said I'm going to stay out with him, and I was just going to be committed to pushing him. It seemed like they got into each other. I don't know if it was him in the 88. They wiggled up and left the bottom open, and I just stayed down there and took it. I was going to really push him to the front as much as I could all night, but the gates opened up, and I went on through.
Well, Eric, man, a heck of a job out there tonight. The Grinch that stole Christmas walking away into Victory Lane, taking away the first place prize package. Once again, that's $100, a Turn 3 polo, in a sticker package, all coming your way. So congratulations once again on a great race, winning tonight's Christmas Rumble. And before we let you go in and celebrate, Eric, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody on the side of the car?
Oh, yeah, I want to thank you guys up in the booth, the league, because we put on some awesome stuff. I mean, this is just great that guys get to come out and do things like this, and the league promotes that, so it's just awesome to be with such a great group of guys. I want to thank my team, Hardline, Melvin, Gordon, Derek, Jimmy. We've all worked hard, and we all finished pretty good, so I'm just ecstatic. Great night.
All right, my man. We'll enjoy the Christmas holiday, and we'll look forward to catching up with you in January when we hit the track for the NxtGen Light Electric Company Xfinity Series.
Thank you, bud.
All right, there you go, Roger. The few final parting words from your race winner, the 6th of Eric Blount.
Looks like next we should have little baby Yoda, but it looks like, unfortunately, he has disconnected here. Well, let's see if we can actually get a word in. It does look like we do have the driver of the number 45 here tonight. Little baby Yoda is Smuth up here in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, you come home tonight, P number 2 here in the Christmas Rumble for the NxtGen Racing League. And first off, congratulations on that and your prize package tonight here, sir. $50, a Turn 3 shirt, and a sticker pack. It's got to feel pretty good, but tell us, the prize pack is great, but tell us about the racing that we had here tonight.
I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get through it all, and Mike is getting ready to die, but I just avoided some crazy wrecks. Didn't have to use my fast repair. Accidentally, I took it through. I didn't know I was 3 wide in the middle and caused a wreck there towards the beginning. Sorry to Jimmy Hetrick. Thank you to my sponsor, High in Indiana, and everybody that helped me. Dale and in Blackhawk Motorsports and everybody over there.
Well, everybody over there. Did you know tonight here, this strategy, have you ever come to the Chicagoland Speedway with these machines before?
No, sir, not with the street stocks. I've been to Charlotte, and I almost got my first iRacing win there, actually, but unfortunately got wrecked. But I kind of knew the strategy. I was just going to try to hang out in the back with Dale, my teammate, and just try to ride it out, avoid all the wrecks, and be there at the end.
Well, you were able to do it here tonight. Yoda, who do you got to thank, though? We know there's some special people out there watching tonight.
I'd like to thank my sponsor, Ohio and Indiana Roofing. All my thoughts and prayers are going out to Linda Haney, hoping she's doing well. My dad, for teaching me so much, helping me out. Troy, everybody in this league for putting this up, and you guys for broadcasting. It's a great cause and great people in this league.
Well, there you heard it from the driver of the number 45 here tonight. Little baby Yoda will finish here, P number 2, and he will pick up himself a nice little prize pack. And Dave, I'm sure he's going to use all those stickers.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I would like to use a few of those stickers myself, but that's gonna bring us to talking to our third place finisher out here tonight, the driver of that 01 machine, Gordon Larson Jr. It's Dave in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, Dave.
Hey, bud, how you doing? How you feeling after a fast, furious, and kind of chaotic Christmas Rumble?
Man, that was a lot of fun, actually. That's all I can say. It was a lot of fun, really. It's the most fun I've had in a while.
Walking away with the third spot here tonight, the podium positions here tonight, all receiving special NxtGen Santa prize packages. So Gordon, letting you know, first time here tonight, $25 plus a Turn 3 t-shirt, a sticker pack, as well as some mule hot sauce. So how you feel about winning that little prize pack there?
That's cool, man. I appreciate it. Thank y'all for hosting and doing what y'all do up in the booth. And want to thank my team, Hardline Racing, Eric, Derek, Melvin, Jimmy. We all pretty much had good fun, had pretty good runs.
Well, man, you already ran down through some sponsors for tonight's race that you've already thanked. So anybody else left out there that you'd like to give a special shout out to? Anything like that now that you've got yourself a Turn 3 shirt and $25 in your back pocket, some stickers coming your way, and some hot sauce? I wouldn't share the hot sauce or let anybody get dibs on that Turn 3 shirt. Those are some pretty hot commodities.
Yeah, nobody's getting that Turn 3 shirt. Yeah, I appreciate y'all up in the booth once again. I appreciate Troy, Damon, everybody that puts this on. Jags, that does our point system and stuff for the leagues. She does a great job. But thanks to everybody. I had a lot of fun tonight.
Well, man, once again, congratulations on the third place. And we'll catch up with you in January when we hit the track for the Xfinity Series.
Yes, sir. Yeah, Hardline Racing. We're waiting on it.
All right, Roger, where there was some final words from the driver that finished in the third spot, and still a few little special gifts to run down through for to wind out the evening here. Special draw for the next prize pack, and I believe you've had a chance to catch up with the driver that won that.
Yeah, there's one special guest out there tonight, and he had himself one heck of a run tonight, and it will be the driver of the number 10, Melvin Young. Tonight, you are the official prize winner of the random draw here for the Christmas Rumble. Tonight, you will receive a button box, a sticker pack, and I believe, if I can read that right, some mule sauce. Congratulations tonight here at Chicago.
Thanks, Roger and Dave. I drove my butt off tonight and did what I had to do to get to the front of the pack when I had to.
Yeah, a lot of crazy racing. Tell us from your point of view, from the inside the helmet of the 10 car here tonight, what was going on? These cars, these drivers, you guys don't use them. You don't run them ever.
It was just a lot of air buffering the cars around a lot. You really had to be up on the wheel and keep those belts as tight as you could.
You were able to do that tonight. Now, with a little bit of that button box, you going to put that to use?
Most definitely. We got a new car coming up next season, and I'm looking forward to putting that button box to use and going out and trying to race for a championship next year.
Well, we can't wait to see that, and congratulations to you here. But before we let you go, I got to hand you the microphone. I know there's people that are watching out there tonight cheering you on.
Yeah, I want to thank every one of my teammates for putting up with me. I know I'm a handful sometimes. Jimmy, Hetrick, Derek, Eric, Gordon Larson, and then I got two special shout-outs. Cody Early, congratulations on the baby again, and can't wait to talk to you. And Clinton Woodby out in Tennessee, one of my best friends. So thanks again, guys, man. It's fun.
Well, there you heard it from your random draw winner here tonight. Melvin Young ended up finishing into the 8th position, and he wins the random draw. Congratulations to him and the whole crew. Dave, those were the 4 prize winners so far here tonight. I believe you have one more.
Yeah, one more special prize to give away here tonight, and for that, we're going to bring in our very own Jags to let us know who won that ugly sweater paint scheme prize that was on the line. If you haven't noticed already, all these drivers very grateful for everything that Jags that you do behind the scenes. I myself very grateful for all the things that you do and provide me with for the admin side of everything with the overlays and broadcast. So thank you for everything you do all season long. It's been a pleasure working with you for the past, I don't know how many, 8 years or so. Been an absolute pleasure. And, we won't keep the fans waiting any longer. Why don't you tell us who you got on that paint scheme?
Well, I got Roy Hyde.
Roy Hyde taking it with the Die Hard paint scheme. What went into the picking of that paint scheme, if you don't mind asking?
The originality and the dark humor.
All right. Well, I'll go with it. It looks like Roy Hyde's going to walk away with the ugly sweater car care package here tonight. And I believe that was free paint by 946 Designs, as well as a sticker pack and a Coast and Peak t-shirt. So, Jags, again, thank you for being a part of tonight's broadcast, joining us here in the booth and taking over the picking of the ugly sweater prize pack for us tonight. Thank you for that, and thank you for all you do behind the scenes. Why we've got you. You want to give any special shout-outs, love yous, anything like that to anybody that might be watching?
I just love this league. I'm so thankful to be a part of it. It's my pleasure to do what I do. And thanks to everybody who has a part in running this league and who runs in this league. And it's a great league.
Well, Jags, we do appreciate each and everything you do for us all year long. You're one of, or if not the biggest unsung hero of the league. So once again, thank you for all you do. And we'll talk to you a little bit later on.
Okay, thanks, Dave.
All right, there you go, Roger. Looks like Roy Hyde in double O with the backwards lap in the questionable Christmas paint scheme, the Die Hard paint scheme, walking away with that ugly sweater car prize pack, the free paint from 946 Designs, the sticker pack, as well as a Coast and Peak t-shirt. So Roy Hyde, the winner of that little prize pack. And what a race it's been here tonight. What a demolition derby as well. Roger, do appreciate you taking the time out of your schedule to come over here tonight and enjoy some of the fun festivities with me here in the Next Gen Racing League for their Christmas Rumble.
Well, it was an absolute pleasure of mine, Dave. The league where I started on iRacing, then transitioning here into the Turn 3 Racing Network booth, and now getting to call some of the Next Gen Racing Series drivers that have been here for years, like Justin Walters and Roy Hyde. Littleton has been here, and the list continues to go on. Damon himself and Doug, and it's drivers that I have watched over the years on iRacing. I came in as a greenhorn and now continue to watch these drivers continue into their iRacing careers, and just what a series all in all it is over here. Jags has been behind the scenes forever since I can remember, and that's usually not very far, but I can at least remember that. And it's been all about the race fans, especially here tonight. It's been about the race fans, the drivers in the Next Gen Racing Series. You see on screen, Eric Blunt is our Christmas Rumble winner here tonight. Little Baby Yoda and Gordon Larson, and the handful of other drivers, Roy Hyde and Melvin Young, who were able to pick up prize packages here tonight. The Grinch didn't steal them all. The Grinch may have been on the car of the number 6, and he stole the victory from the Christmas Rumble here tonight. Dave, I got to thank you, and of course all the admins over here at the Next Gen Racing League, for letting me tag along to one of the greatest spectacles on iRacing this winter.
Well, man, anytime you are more than welcome back in the booth with me on Sunday nights as we get things calmed down for the next few weeks. Going to get set to fire things back off January 17th in the Next Gen Racing Light Electric Company Xfinity Series. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, do want to thank each and every one of you for joining us here tonight. Myself, Darkside Dave, as well as Brother Roger Muth in the booth here, bringing you all the great action. And well, man, it's been a heck of a night.
Been one heck of a night, and everybody over at the Next Gen Racing League, and of course, us here at the Turn 3 Racing Network. I'm Roger Muth. That's David Worrell, and we will catch you at the races.